Good morning, everyone. Welcome to a happy Saturday in Wexford. Today you're here with Celtic Mick Walks. The reason why I had this live stream is we're just finishing up on the first India trip, the India 1.0, and then I wanted to go through that and what the plan is for the channels. I looked at it, it's been I think 3 months since my last live stream, so I want to get back over to it. We got a few things to talk about. First of all, I wanted to talk about why did I choose to go to India. India was always on my radar, places to go. When I was on my Azerbaijan trip, you can watch my Azerbaijan vlogs. I met a couple that were from India, and I thought, geez, that'd be a good idea. I'd already had the Pakistan booked. I've been to Nepal. I said, okay, so I was going to go to India. So I've got a few notes there just so I didn't forget stuff this time. So where did I go for my first trip? If you haven't watched all the videos, they're all there in the playlist. I first landed in Mumbai because the couple were from Mumbai. So I said, that's where I'll start off. It's a big city. I'd say it's one of my favorite cities in India. I know there's a lot of noise, a lot of construction, a lot of, everywhere you look, there's these 100-story buildings being put up. Really interesting. So I started off in Mumbai. From there, I went up to Amritsar to go see Amritsar, and I wanted to go to the Attari border because I've been to the Wagah border, and it's apropos now with the troubles going on between Pakistan and India. Hopefully that doesn't pan out to get too bad up there. And then after Amritsar, then I went on to Jaipur in Rajasthan. So I've been to 3 states so far. Loved them all so far. The Rajasthan one is very touristy. You have to watch out for some little side hustles that they have going on there, but it's, well worth the trip. Would I recommend it? Definitely. India's one of my favorite places now that I've been to. It's tied up there with Pakistan and Nepal. I have to go to Nepal back again. My friend Megendra's been trying to contact me every once in a while. He wants me to come back, and I do want to come back. The finances is a little bit harder with the flights from Ireland to Nepal. They're looking about 1,300-1,400, whereas most of the other ones you can get for like 600-700. My first flight to India, it was 478 euros with Etihad Airlines return, so that was a very good deal. The accommodation when you get into India, there's different price ranges. You can be a budget person and get around really cheap, or you could spend a little bit extra money. But the public transportation is very, very affordable. There's metros and buses, and also, Uber. A lot of people use Uber now because it takes away the hassle of the negotiating for fees between people and that. So it's a lot more easy for a foreigner now to travel going around in India that way. The planes are really, really affordable. I even took my first business class with Air India because it was so affordable. It was like an extra 60 euros, and I got the access to the lounge, which is so game changing. You get to the business lounge, there's food and drinks and a relaxing place to sit up, get ready for it, as well as you can go to get on the flight first, the more comfortable seats, and they feed you again. So highly recommend that. And that was really, really affordable. The accommodation, like I said, and the food. The food is very, very affordable, especially if you're used to a Western diets and stuff like that. The Western prices and that, like for India, for about 100 to 200 rupees, you can have a full meal and get along really well. The food is really, really good. So I've been lucky too. I've been to the countries I mentioned, and so I spent about altogether 2.5 months in Asian countries like India, Pakistan, and Nepal, and not once did I get sick. The trick is, for myself anyways, is to avoid water and ice, and also be peculiar with the salads and that, because salads tend to be washed with the local water, so you want to try to avoid that if you have a Western stomach. Just the parasites that are in the water there is not the same ones as we have here, so it could ruin your trip. Now, when I go to travel now, ever since I went to, I think, after Nepal, because Nepal I got a proper SIM card, but it was a little bit of a hassle. Now, you do get a phone number and all that, but you have to give your passport. It takes a while to set it up. Plus, you're running around looking for it. It's a little bit of a hassle. eSIMs are the way to go. I'm not sponsored by an eSIM. I use Airilo because it's more affordable, and I use the Wi-Fi around, so you don't need unlimited broadband. You need enough to get your Ubers, your taxis, your Careems, or whatever your app you're using, and maybe to do the Google Maps and stuff. That's about it. The rest of the time you're in the hotels. Most of the hotels have Wi-Fi's, so definitely recommend getting an eSIM. Like the last trip I had, I got 5 gigabytes for like 10 USD, and I had like two left over at the end. So I actually overspent on that. Um, I got a couple of people said, "Oh, I mentioned about the white man's price and stuff." I didn't mean to offend in that, but it is a case. Some people will try to take advantage. So do your research, know what your affordable amount is. Like if you're going shopping for a particular item, like let's say like this cricket jersey. This I actually bought my last trip, 215 rupees, which is like €2 something. Well, that's a very, very, very good deal. But so what you do is you check online, Google around, and then expect it. Now, a lot of places I noticed the last trip I was at, in a few of the cities, like I'll mention that later on the vlog, they have fixed prices. So that takes away the hassle of negotiating and also the tuk-tuk. So if you have Uber or one of the other wraps, look it up where you're going to, and so you know what you're going to pay. And then if you have the tuk-tuk driver or a taxi driver there, you can say, listen, how much to go to this place? If they try to charge you way too much, hi Michael, for you joining it. What do you think of Faro? Faro was very, very good. I had never been to Portugal before, and I definitely would go back. And it is a good one to go back with your my partner and that. It's very easy to get to from Ireland. You can get there in a jump and a skip, and there's no hassle with that. So yeah, don't don't be afraid to negotiate when you're talking. Michael, I go there every year, twice. Wow. I liked it too myself, but I don't think I'd be going to the same place. There's so many places in the world, and look at my age. I'm not getting any younger, so I want to try to, you know, get to the point where I could see more countries. I've been to 24 countries now, and I want to see. There's so much more in the world. So I'm trying to build up my channel, so that's what we're trying to do. Increase the subscribers. We're good. We're almost at 9,000. I think we'll hit 9,000 subscribers today, maybe. So considering just a couple of months ago I was at a couple of thousand. So we're doing it. What was my favorite country? See, there's 3 boats for that. India, I've just been at it, and I went back again twice. I really liked it. The people are great. Pakistan are the same, but they're having a little bit more as far as value for your money. Pakistan's really cheap. The Pakistani rupee is like 311 rupees per euro, so really cheap. And you get like a shoe shine cleaning in Pakistan for 100 rupees. So you're talking about 25 cents. Food, you can get food for very, very cheap in Pakistan. The people are great. Just the government's not, you know, the greatest there in Pakistan. India's made a huge jump, but my favorite so far was my first one I really went to, and that was Nepal. That was just because there's just so much walking around Nepal. I spent 33 days in Nepal, so I got to see a whole bunch of different cities, even small ones off the beaten track. And then I stayed with my friend's family for 5 days in the mountains in the Himalayas in a small farm with limited electricity, no signals, no data, nothing, just with nature. And they were just amazing people, and they took care of me. Amazing. So that's why I have to go back to Nepal. So I guess Nepal would be my number one, but it's really, really close between India and Pakistan right now. I have another vlog starting this afternoon, so 3:30 our time. I actually returned back to I returned back to India, so I'm going to see the south. Ireland is very expensive, Michael. Yeah, um, it's a beautiful country, but the accommodations and the price of food and that is just way too expensive for the average person, and it's too bad because it is a beautiful country. But that's why I tend to go to like the Asian countries or the old Soviet bloc countries, because once you get there, everything else is very affordable. Uh, if you go to India or Pakistan, you have to go to a cricket match. I went to my first ever cricket match. I saw India play England in the final game of the T20 championship, and it was quite the experience. Hard to get tickets though. Tickets are an issue because it's so popular in India. It sells out right away, but then you have to use all these sites. I think it's a little bit of a gambling thing that they do, so they all buy it all up and then they sell it, because the, the price tag of my ticket that I actually got through the online, I had to pay over 9,000 rupees, which is about 100 USD. The price tag on the actual ticket was 1,200 rupees. So you can see they're making like eight times profit. So what they hedge their bet and they sell them all off this way. So even if they don't sell them all, if they sell like 90% of them, they're going to make a lot of money on it. But cricket is this, like I said, I have a whole vlog on my jersey, and even finding the jersey, the people were really friendly and they helped me out. A guy took me on the back of his motorbike and brought me to a place, and I got my Indian cricket jersey. So that's in my cricket vlog. So if you want to see that. One thing to watch out for is I had an issue with hostels and some hotel accommodations. They have this thing called PGs, which permanent guests. So people that are under 40 they're trying to get accommodation, like homes built, and they're waiting for that. They would actually stay in a hostel or a very affordable hotel, sort of like about 1,000 rupees or less per night. Where am I right now? Well, I'll show you right there. I'm on the Wexford quayfront. There's the Wexford mussel boats. You see them there, and one's across the water offloading the mussels there. It's a nice day in Wexford right now. We're doing really good. So yeah, with the hostels, you have to watch out. And in my second India 2.0, watch that, especially the first one, I get caught out. I go all the way to the high-tech city in Hyderabad. I went to the hotel and they didn't take foreign guests. Reason being, after research, it's because they're not really registered with the government. Because if you have a foreigner staying with you, they have to take a picture of your passport, take a picture of your visa, and then they have to report that into the local police force. So a lot of them don't want a hassle to do that, so they tend to, and it was like a really good choice. So I ended up having to go into the middle of nowhere, but that's a whole other story. You can watch that in the vlog that's starting at 3:30 today. It'll be the India 2.0 series. There is a hack for cheap flights. I have a VPN because I use a lot of Wi-Fi whenever I travel. It's very important to use to get a VPN. They're really cheap-ish. Like it's about 80 euros for three and a half years. So you can look at some of the guys that are on there. I have a link on my videos. I use Surfshark, and it's really healthy. So what you do if you want to get a cheap flight, you clear your cookies on your like Skyscanner or Google Flight things. You set up the VPN to a country. Like I usually pick India or Pakistan, or you pick a country that doesn't have a high amount of disposable income, and then you look for flights there. And that I found has saved me a ton. Like I said, the last time I went to India, 478 euros return for Etihad Airlines. That was about 2 flights. It was a 4.5 hour and a 7.5 hour flight for that times 2. So really value for your money there. So that's a little hack, is the VPN. Change your content, and you can also do that for when you're looking for hotels and accommodation. Change your settings on your VPN, and you do save some prices. But you have to make sure you clean off the cookies on your phone, and you can save some decent money because it helps getting around. Like a lot of my trips, I even did a trip to Bulgaria, and the whole trip, including the flights, my buses, the accommodation. I stayed in a hostel. Um, yeah, it works for the UK too, Michael. It works everywhere. It's you just have to change your location. So even though my flight was leaving from Dublin, going to India and back, it's when you're doing the pricing scale. It's the algorithms behind it that really pays off. So that's what I recommend. And if you look at other bloggers, they've all had the same type of experiences. Um, so yeah, that's about it. I'm going to do another live stream, get back into it. I know I've been busy. I have a lot of editing to do. The 2.0 series, I think I have about 25 or 26 videos coming up. So I have a lot of stuff going. I have to start um, planning my next trip, which will probably be for myself, will be in the July period, early July. So I'm doing some research on that. If you want to follow me on Instagram or Facebook, and we'll come up with a plan. I'm going to show up some different examples and maybe ask for a poll. I might do a community poll on my YouTube channel to see where you would like. I'm thinking about all sorts. I'm thinking about maybe Morocco. I'm thinking about Moldova, even toying with Brazil, Greece, even the Philippines. So I don't know exactly where. I'm only going to have a short date, like about 10 days to go, because I only have like 8 more days left of annual leave this year. Once I get to enough where I can start making enough money on the old YouTube, I'll be able to pack in my day job and give a full-time effort to YouTube and give you some more content daily. So I think that's about it now. We're going to wrap this up. Thanks for watching it, and don't forget, share the videos, watch them, and don't forget to comment and hit the like button. It helps the algorithms. We're growing really good. Like I said, almost at 9,000 subscribers. Beginning of the year, I think I had 2,000. So we're really doing good. So I think we're going to end it off now. And thanks for watching. Went to that chicken shop in Faro. Really good. Food was cheap. Yes, watch that. I have that video of that chicken place, which was not too far from the hostel we stayed at. Amazing food, good value for money, and it was a hidden gem. So there's all hidden gems everywhere, and I've found a few of them also in India. So watch those videos and you'll find out little tricks there. So let's just call that a day.